Hello, Qingli. Thank you for agreeing to do this interview for us. Today we're going to talk about international instructors. So, Qingli, why don't you go ahead, tell us a little bit about where you're coming from and how long have you been teaching?
Yeah, so my name is Qingling. I grew up in China and I have been teaching since last fall. First semester I taught online, and this semester I've been teaching an evening class from 5:30 till 7:50.
hmm So you've been teaching for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know, like at the very beginning, um, like teaching a regular in class, what was it feel like when you have be told to teach this class? Did you go through a times and like anxious? What was your experience feel like to be an international instructor?
Yeah, so the class is called Introduction to Gerontology, and the first time when I accepted to be GTA in the Department of Center on Aging, I had the opportunity to observe one of the instructor to teach for one semester. So that was really helpful. But at the same time, I feel like there was a lot of anxiety and also just questioning about my ability. Um, like I am just a master's student, and also I only be in the United States for 5 years. I don't think I understand the American culture enough compared to another instructor who grew up here and know deeper about American culture. So all those questions really hit deep down towards my identity as a Chinese, and how can I be confident and competent enough to teach all. Most of my students are American. Actually, 99% of them came from Kansas. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, grew up in China, I really just doubt about myself throughout the process. Like, will I be good enough? Will I be professional enough to present myself as an instructor? And especially in the beginning, people will call me Dr. Lee. It's like that was a lot of pressure for me to accept that I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
doctor. I'm just one of the graduate students. But at the same time, I want to make a balance. It's like not lowering myself down, but just seeing myself in the right way. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard.
Yeah, yeah. I also remember like you, because we're roommates, you shared like when you were grading your students' work and you were worried like what about if I grade some place and your students will challenge you back? Can you share a little bit about like the grading process?
Um,
Um,
Yeah, so while I was teaching online class, basically majority of my work was interacting with students through writing feedback and grading their papers and discussion board. So there was time just worry about, oh, what if I made a grammar mistake? And because some of my grading was about like how good they write their papers, but me myself was not a I'm not a English speaker by nature.
mhm,
So like it really I have to double check and triple check and sometimes use Grammarly. That's a really good tool because it really highlight the mistake you made, but still there's just a lot of um, tension inside of me whenever I hit the post or hit the notification button. It really has this stress inside of me. It's like, oh, I hope there was no mistake. And even it does, it's like it's hard to accept that. It's like as an instructor, we also make grammar mistake. Even American teacher or
mhm,
Native American, they also make mistake like that.
mhm, mhm. I can totally relate with you that we as international instructors we have to put extra effort into. I remember once my student told me and she couldn't understand my English when I was presenting or getting the lectures, and I felt so bad, and then after that I put stuff on PowerPoint just to make sure she understood. um, is there anything like you feel student as an instructor you feel students may have like implicit bias or like stereotypes or prejudice towards to international instructor or Chinese instructor based on your skin or based on your identity or based on your gender?
Yeah, that's really good question. Also really deep. I remember there was one moment I was talking about one topic in my in-person class, and there was one moment I may spoke I speak one word not in the correct way, and I heard student laugh, but I wasn't sure if they were laughing because they were talking, or it was because of the mistake I made by saying a word wrong. So that just made me feel a little bit blushed because, like, oh no, my student was laughing about my pronunciation, or they might not laugh at me. So it was really hard for me to understand or trying to interpret what they're laughing about. And it's really easy to pick on those little cue from the student if you yourself were so sensitive about what you're speaking and how you pronounce certain word.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you so much. I feel in being a GTA when you to be teaching, so it's a lot of stress, anxiety, and as an international instructor, there's extra anxiety, extra worries. I do hope there is more ways that we can help international instructors to be better, because internationalization, globalization, there's a lot of collaborations. So hopefully the process of how to communicate between different cultures will be smoothly and easier. And thank you. And thank you so much, Xinling.
Yeah, it's my honor.